Malvern.
Thank you, thank you. So basically what I do is I'm an entertainment brand consultant. Who in here knows what a brand is? What's a brand? Like a what?
Like your own business.
Exactly. Basically though, taking it past that, a brand is the reason that you buy Nike shoes. Why you drink Gatorade. Like we know Nike because of the, right, like what she's wearing right now, if it didn't have Nike right now, we know because of the check mark, right? That's its brand. Now how many people in here know that you guys are all walking, talking brands?
That's
You're all
right.
billboards in yourself.
That's right.
Which makes, just as Jirachi was just talking about, you guys are all assets. Because you can control the money that you make. When I was growing up, I was getting in trouble. I'm not from San Diego, I'm from Seattle, Washington, so it's a little bit different. But, you know, same thing, always getting in trouble, always around gangs, all that kind of stuff. And so I made a decision at 17 years old to turn it all around.
All right.
Got out of high school, went to one of the worst high schools in Seattle. Got out, taught myself video production and broke into the music business. So I got my start in the business, as Joshua was just talking about. Doing music videos. I went from being the 17, 18-year-old kid outside of every rap concert, because I couldn't get in. They're all 21 and up. Staying outside in the rain. Seattle rains. You guys have beautiful weather here. So it'd be a lot easier to break in out here, actually. Out there, and there's no rap industry out there, really. Like, you guys think there's none here? There's none in Seattle. So the little bit of rap industry there was, I forced myself to get into by branding myself. I created a company called MI Entertainment, created business cards, created logos, created all that kind of stuff. Spent the last money I had bagging groceries. Within a year, I was getting flown to the Bay Area and paid. At 18 years old, I come off the plane, they're like, who's this kid? We talked to MI, Miles Aaron. You're a kid, you can't do our videos. But I branded myself in such a way that they believed in my brand, to where I was able to actually quit that grocery job and do that full time. 18, 19 years old, 26 now, so.
All right.
From that, went to college at 20 years old and ended up going to an intensive tech school down in Florida. Got a film degree first, and I actually ended up got a bachelor's in entertainment business. So 6 years worth of degrees in 2 years, which, once again, a kid who was supposed to fail out of high school, that's pretty good. But while I was in school, touching on, once again, what Jirachi was talking about, I was already doing the business that I was learning in school. So as I'm taking the entertainment business program, I'm already having CDs in stores. I'm already doing videos that are nationally distributed projects. And it was all through my brand. That was, you know, all the MI brand. And then when I got out of college, I was able to get hired by a company in the Bay Area. That was an entertainment company, which was actually the ones that first distributed Sideways' first projects. And the reason I was able to get that, mind you, I've never distributed a record in my life at this point. I've just done videos. But it's because people trusted in my brand. It's the same reason why you go buy Nike sneakers. It's not because they're the nicest sneakers on the market. It's because you trust their brand. So from your guys' standpoint, you have to really look at it like, you can either brand yourself positively or negatively. When you're in a gang, you're branding yourself, guys. With Crips, Bloods, GGs, folks, whatever you are. You're branding yourself. The colors you wear, the sneakers you wear, you're branding yourself negatively because what you're doing is your brand is going to draw in the police. It's going to draw in jail time. It's going to draw in all this stuff. And you know, once again, working in the music business, I see it all the time. You know, we see these rappers, talking about Lil Wayne before. Lil Wayne's a super blood now, right? Like, nowhere became one. You know, or you look at, who knows the BMF story? Big Meech, all those guys from Atlanta that started this huge label, Young Jeezy, and all them were on it. Now they're all in jail, except for Young Jeezy. Point being, because they branded themselves negatively. They went out with this brand of, we're untouchable, we're the biggest drug dealers in the world, we're this, we're that. And a lot of times when rappers talk about how much drugs they're dealing or how many people they killed, it's a story. Because they can't. You can't go out and kill a bunch of people and then rap about it.
Thank you.
The police don't like that. They're going to arrest you. So what I mean by that is, being that where you guys are coming from, I know that a lot of you are watching the videos, you're seeing all this stuff. You know, we were talking about Jersey Shore before, all these reality shows, all this kind of stuff. It's all Hollywood. You can't build your brand around these shows and entertainment. It's just entertainment, guys. Rick Ross does not do any of the stuff he raps about.
That's right.
I promise you. You know what I mean? And outside of that, once again, you guys can really make the choice now to brand yourself for positive success, because you already have the street knowledge, guys. You guys have it. You've grown up out here, so you already have it. Now what you do is you apply that street knowledge to a business knowledge or to book smarts, and you're going to win. I went to school when I was in college. I never got straight A's. When I was in high school, I definitely didn't get straight A's. But I came out on top. The guys that got straight A's, no, I'm not telling you not to get straight A's. Definitely do that if you can. But the guys who just concentrated on school, they're not doing anything right now. Because they had no street knowledge, they had no smarts, real world smarts to get out there and say, you know what, I'm gonna now build my brand and go talk to people. So once again, as I just told you guys, you're walking, talking brands. Key is talking. If you can't walk into a room and commandeer that room and talk to people and have a real conversation, they don't care that you got a 4.0 in high school. Like, nobody cares about that. Just like they don't care if you got a 1.0 in high school. They want to know what you can do and what you can build. So as I wasn't in here for the females group, I know the men's group, a lot of guys are saying they want to start their own companies, go and stuff like that, or even be in basketball or football. Even as athletes, you're a walking, talking brand, as we were talking about before. Reggie Bush is a walking, talking brand. With the controversy that he has going on right now, that's hurting his brand.
Mm-hmm.
But he can come back from that if he's smart. Tiger Woods is another example. A walking, talking brand. This is somebody that went from being the most valuable brand in sports to not being it, and now coming back. And the reason why is because they study and they do what they need to do. So, like I said, I mean, Jirash talked about it earlier, but in my career, like, I'm only 26 years old, guys, so at 21 years old, we created the Juiced Up Energy drink. It was all over San Diego. I don't know how many people remember this. But I created this not even living in San Diego, for San Diego. And then me and Jirash sold it to an investor that we had. It's not out here anymore, obviously. But the tagline for this and the brand was, Juiced Up is a way of life. And when I created that, and the tagline's the same thing as like Nike, just do it. That's their tagline. Our tagline is the way of life. Because what we're saying is, by drinking this, you're giving our brand. Which is excitement, it's youth, it's cool. Because we're 21-year-old guys, we're 22 years old. Like, we're the cool people, we're in the clubs, we know what you guys want to hear. Just like the Jersey Shore stuff. You know what I mean? So, now mind you, I could have done this at 16, 15 years old if I was in the seat that you guys are right now. There's no age limit on creating something like this. At all. Like, there's not. You guys, there's an artist right now that's about to come out of San Diego named Little Nico. I don't know how many of you guys have heard of him. He's like 12 years old or something, 13 years old. And he's created his brand to where he's got a literal bidding war over him right now. He's going to be a multi-millionaire at 13. You know, because he has a mom that knows about that kind of stuff. When I was growing up, when Jirash was growing up, we didn't have people like setting stuff up like this. We had to learn all this the hard way. You know, and that's the point, is take this knowledge that you guys are learning today and apply it. Because once again,
Yes.
you can create you can really decide whether or not you want to have a positive brand or a negative brand. Straight up. And that's it. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you could say, okay, well, we're going to keep doing the gang member brand or the drug dealer brand or that kind of stuff. I'm going to say right now, that brand is not an asset. If you can find me a drug dealer or a gang member that made it out and still is doing that, I'll give you $1,000 right now. Because it's not happening, period. The biggest drug dealers get taken down eventually because the government does not play that. And, you know, people always talk about keeping it real. I keep it real, I keep it real. I'm not going to go do this. Keeping it real is getting $1 million legitimately and buying your mom a house the government can't take.
Thank you.
That's legitimate. Now, I don't know how many of you guys know who, well actually I hope all you know who Jay-Z is, right? For the most part. Now who knows who Warren Buffett is? Okay. Exactly. Warren Buffett is the second richest man in the world, behind Bill Gates. So he's a little bit wealthy. This is Forbes magazine. Who's on the cover next to this wealthiest man, the second wealthiest man in the world? Jay-Z. And Jay-Z is from the streets too. He's from the Marcy Projects in Brooklyn, one of the worst projects. So this right here, this just came out. This is the 400 annual Forbes list. This is what all the entrepreneurs read. And this is a guy, once again, who comes from the same streets next to the second wealthiest man in the world. Jay-Z's not a billionaire either. He's close, but he's not. He did this because he built a positive brand, but he also combined the street knowledge that he has with the business knowledge. So, if Jay-Z did this, you guys can't do this too? I mean, why not? It's like, why can't you guys do it?
Thank you.
You can? Like, Jay-Z's no smarter than any of you, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Like, he can rap, but so what? Like, I can't rap, and I'm successful.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time. Do you guys have any questions or any